Banjo. So Smash data never leads you wrong if you use it correctly. Let's just put it out there.
Right, 60% of the time it works every time.
No. Smash data is never wrong. It's always your fault whenever you mess up.
That's true. User error is a very real problem. But we are
there's
getting
the
into
cool transition. That's the first time I've seen it live, I think.
Oh, it's great.
It's a fantastic.
So we're into it on Battlefield.
Started. Wow. A lot of percent off the bat thanks to that egg bomb conversion right there through the aerials, just building it up right there. But looks like Sengi is going to start getting something going with the patented Squirtle, just those chains. That's how every PT match almost, unless you're watching Beast, I guess.
I was going to say, if you watch Tri-State Wi-Fi brackets, you are very, very confused right now seeing that, like, what is this Squirtle character? I'm used to seeing mostly Charizard and a hint of Ivysaur. But
you'll see Charizard and Ivy when it's absolutely necessary, but you'll never see the Squirtle come out of Beast.
But Squirtle really got work done, and Ivysaur's been carrying it well.
Racking it up. Wow.
Up
Good
air,
up air right there.
Yeah, that must have been before the iframes of the Wonder Wing started.
Yeah, it kind of just... Oh, nice tether cancel, too, right there on the ledge to escape the egg bomb. Very, very clear that Sengi knows what they're doing with each of the Pokemon, but landing right on top of that up tilt, going to take care of the stock, and we're at a full reset, 0-0 right now.
Yep. And Typical was able to find their hits with the Wonder Wing, which is the X factor here for Banjo. Is if you can find the Wonder Wing hits, then this character becomes a whole lot scarier.
So it's always really, really interesting to watch how Banjo players play around the Wonder Wing. Because like you mentioned, it is really that X factor. It's always like, it's something that your opponent has to keep in the back of your mind. But it's also a limited resource. So if you're using it too often, if you're just pulling the trigger, if you're just like he did right there, that was a wasted Wonder Wing for sure. He just bounced off the ledge and didn't get anything off of it. So if you're just not using it correctly, you lose that X factor, and it's something your opponent, if they know what they're doing, is going to pick up on very, very quickly.
Yeah, and you say it's a limited resource and you can't waste it. But I would say that, like, it's better to use it and whiff than not use it at all. So
I definitely agree with that sentiment, but it's even better to use it and hit.
Absolutely. And it's you don't want to be... I mean, Banjo has kill power to spare, so you don't really want to, like... so does Charizard.
Good.
We're talking so much about Banjo right now, and Sengi's saying, like, he put some respect on my character as well. So into this last stock situation, that's the second time. You almost never see that hitting out of the opening vulnerable frames of Wonder Wing.
It doesn't take away one of the wings. It just kind of resets. The fact that Banjo gets to keep it and, so to speak, try again when you get knocked out of it with the iframe.
Landing on the platform there with the Wonder Wing was really, it was almost costly there, because it basically caused Typical of a hit of Wonder Wing there. And now last stock, basically last hit considering Wonder Wing,
There it goes.
And there it is,
no more Wonder
table.
Wings. Yeah, so like I was mentioning, that resource management is absolutely critical. And by throwing out 5 Wonder Wings in quick succession, it looks like Typical's panicking. He's panicking and he's looking for an easy kill, but getting the slightly more difficult get-up read right there with the up smash. Ending this game going up 1-0 in the set. Typical, great kill at ledge. But like I was saying, you've got to be careful with those resources, because Typical looked like he was panicked. He was fishing. He was just throwing out those Wonder Wings and going, maybe this one will hit, maybe it won't. I don't really care. Very, very quickly, he ran out of them.
See, I interpret that differently. I interpret that as, I'm very confident in my own kill options, and I can use the Wonder Wing in all of these other situations, and I'm okay if it doesn't hit, because I know that I have those anti-air up smashes on lock, and I know that I can rack up damage with forward air, and I know that I can rack up damage with the neutral B as well. It's a useful tool that becomes even more useful the less you have to rely on it.
I can see that being, I can definitely accept that point of view. And it'll be interesting to see how Typical plays in game 2 here, because we'll see if he keeps up the same general game plan, or if maybe he's a little bit more conservative with his use of Wondering, maybe he gets even more. Maybe he even gets even more loose with it. Maybe he starts throwing them out even more because he got rewarded for it game 1.
Because I mean, think about it this way. From Sengi's point of view, Wonder Wing was not the reason that Typical won that game. I mean, they got damage with Wonder Wing. I don't think they got any of the kills with Wonder Wing.
No, definitely not. Can we get a? There we go.
Yeah. So so that's like you basically have to watch out for the entire rest of the kit, and also they have this move in their back pocket either to rack up damage, to help out with recovery. Like they don't need to use that move to kill, which makes this character a whole lot more scary. So we're gonna have to see what Sengi can do in this game number 2.
I think the term you used was X Factor, and I think that's a fantastic term for what Wonder Wing does, because without Wonder Wing, Banjo is a good character. If you look at certain characters, I guess you would call them gimmicks. Like oh my goodness.
And now Sengi's starting to pick up on the Wonder Wing habits, which is like, it is not a move you can use for free.
Yeah, there's so much
It is a
end
move
lag.
that's great in scramble situations, but it is definitely punishable, especially right there with that up B kill that we saw from Sengi right there.
Yeah, so what I was saying, like, there are certain characters whose gimmicks, like Lucario, for example. Lucario without Aura does not work. Banjo without Wonder Wing is perfectly fine.
Right.
He's still a good character. He's still got all these factors. He's still got all these combo tools. He's still got all these kill tools. It's just that when you put Wonder Wing on top of them, he becomes even better. He becomes even more of a threat, which is why players have to be so careful. But oh my goodness,
we talked a lot about Banjo. I think we need to spend some time talking about Pokemon Trainer right now, because Sengi is putting in the work. Loses the first stock, but this has been a clinic of Ivysaur so far this game from Sengi. And I think Sengi knows it. Like they know what was working last game, and they know what was not working last game. And what was working and what is working now is a lot of Squirtle and a lot of Ivysaur.
So if you look
they're finding those hits, and they're keeping stage control, which is really, really paying dividends.
If you look at different Pokemon Trainer players, you can tell which one of the Pokemon is their favorite. And it's very clear that Ivy is Sengi's favorite. You look at let's bring up Quid as an example. If you know who Quid is, they're a big fan of Ivy as well. If you look at Small Left likes Squirtle, Ned likes Charizard, Beast likes Charizard. Every single
Beast
PT
loves
player.
Charizard.
Well, yeah, that's
saying
that's
Beast
beside
likes
the
Charizard
point.
is like saying I like bacon.
That's beside the point. But my point here is that looking at a PT player, you watch them for more than a game, you'll know which character is their favorite. But that Wonder Wing coming off of the landing right there from Typical, keeping him alive in this game a little bit longer, getting some nice percent racked up, he's definitely still in this.
Now, Sengi hasn't really gotten a whole lot of mileage off of the Charizard, but this seems like a situation in which Charizard would really, really play well, because you're okay.
Or not.
Take the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say, like, that situation really would have benefited Charizard, because Charizard is not gonna die to pretty much anything at those percents. And the one thing that Charizard brings to the table is straight hit kill power, but Ivysaur has that as well on the up air. So it was
the up air hitbox is frankly ridiculous.
The up air hitbox has its own zip code.
He was like up and to the left there. If you looked at that cursed kill screen, it didn't look like it should hit, but you know, that's just Ivysaur.
Ivysaur's up air and down air hitboxes are worth 2 electoral votes by themselves. That's how big they are.
How many electoral votes do you think it has?
Either one for each.
I think.
Now the question is which way they went.
Oh, let's not get into that.
Yeah, that's a different discussion entirely.
Getting into game 3, it's going to be interesting to see what stage we go to. That's the thing that I'm thinking about, because Sengi ran away with the game on Town and City. There was almost like near the end, Typical started to contest the lead, but through most of that, the Sengi was firmly in the driver's seat on TNC. So it'll be interesting to see here where they go for game 2. I'm gonna guess that our counterpick might have been Kalos. If I was Banjo, I probably would take the PT to Kalos. Let's see. No, we're sticking to. No, we're going to SmashBros. Sorry.
I think that makes sense. I mean, Banjo is a character that really, really wants to kill off of the side. Oh no, not like that though.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start your game 3 of winners round 1 in a tournament.
This is
It definitely is still winnable. Nowhere going to count Typical out of this before the eggs are hatched, so to speak.
Right.
But an SD at 0% to open up a game is never the position you want to find it.
And as Banjo, that's huge because
it's 5
now
Wonder
you
Wings
only have 10 Wonder Wings instead of 15. That is 1/3 of that is 1/3 of like this resource that has just gone down the drain. And this is why I was saying in game 1, you use them when you have them because you never know what's going to happen.
Sengi looking for this kill right here, maybe even make it even more of a deficit for Typical. Getting caught by that. Ooh, switching to Zard right here. Oh, I thought for a second he might have been abusing the iframes of Pokemon Swap. But didn't look like Typical was brave enough to go for the hit anyway, so it was a bit of a meaningless interaction. Down throw, up tilt, there's going to take the stock. 150% for Zard, that's fair, you know?
Yeah. Now you have to wonder if we're going to see an early swap to Ivysaur because the percents really favor that right here. Sengi does not need damage at this point. Sengi needs to take this stock off the board. And there you see, here comes the Ivysaur.
Getting the down air, looking for a conversion
though.
out of it, but these up airs, one after the other, that was 4 in a row right there for 34%. Finding himself in a much better position, using that last Wonder Wing of the stock before it might end up gone. Or this offstage interaction could go very poorly for Sengi, but no, making it back to stage safely.
Look at these percents though, by the way. This is like,
84%,
this is not a bad
even
game from Typical, yeah. And now forcing out the Charizard.
Up throw. Yeah, up throw is going to do it right there. One of Zard's strongest kill throws for real.
Oh no, but there's
no
right off the bat, evening it up.
Yeah, despite what? Okay.
Okay. So,
2 Wonder Wings down. I can dig it. But despite the very poor start from Typical, SDing at 0%, bringing this back all the way to a fully even stock, even percent game. Let's see what they can do from here.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Oh no!
What a flex! He knew it was coming. He SD'd right at the start. He was like, "I got this."
What a gaha indeed.
Confident.
That was a gaha of a game if ever there was one.
Yeah, that was I just want to commend Typical's mental state during that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they SD at 0 game at the beginning of the stock, they're done. Their mental's destroyed for the rest of the game, and they're just going to get steamrolled for it. But no, Typical SD'd, and he goes, take a deep breath. I got this. Brings it all the way back and wins. Typical winning 2-1 over Sengi, moving on to winners round 2.
Yeah.